Can just perhaps begin by taking a look at what's been driving the market. And one of those factors has certainly been Safaricom. People seem to be liking the outlook for the telecommunications sector. Any specific reason why, apart from falling interest rates and perhaps a little bit of stability coming into Kenya ahead of those elections?
One is the results were very good. Safaricom recently announced a double-digit increase in their profits, and that augured very well. It means that they're actually winning the price war, and that they're actually ahead of the game, considering that their diversification into M-Pesa and data have actually begun to pay dividends, and the company has begun to see growth on that side as well. And then on top of that, news came out today that in southern Sudan, Safaricom is going to go in as Safaricom and not Vodacom. I think that could have affected the investors' outlook. I'm not sure whether the two will be linked, but I think just that sort of news sort of excites the market. But hitting 5 shillings and 25 after a long time below 5 shillings is a good thing for investors as well. Absolutely.
I'm sure there are many happy shareholders, particularly given the fact that this share has traded below the pre-IPO level for such a long time. But you don't think that this is exaggerated, given the fact that we do know that competition within the telecommunications sector certainly isn't going away?
Well, it's not going away, but the other players have not brought in what I would call the oomph factor, which would sort of, tip the balance. They keep looking for different ways. There's the price war on voice tariffs. Now there's somebody saying that you can do money transfers for free. But at the end of the day, even when you're using the competitors' money transfers, they will still call it M-Pesa of the other network. So the M-Pesa brand has really stuck. Safaricom has really sold itself to the public. The brand recognition is very strong, and therefore it is very difficult to actually dislodge them from that point.
Yeah, quickly, Samuel. So what's the house view from NIC Bank on Safaricom? Is it still a buy?
Yes, I mean, for Safaricom, I would be looking at, we're going to see a lot of exiting. So I think we would expect a lot of those people who've been waiting to see some profit on that, after that long wait, trying to take profit. But I do think that going forward, for those that would also like to enter, it would be a buy, but if we saw a dip in that price, I think at 5.25 we are still on the high side at the moment, in as much as we do value it at around 5 shillings anyway.
So you would be buy?
At around 4 shillings and 80 cents and below, I would be buying.
You want to come in back a little bit. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk quickly about Samir. Now, we saw some very interesting numbers here, very strong set of numbers. If you look at the bottom line particularly, 128% increase is what I calculated for that for the first 9 months to September 30. But interestingly also, they are saying in the outlook, they are expecting more of the same. In other words, an improvement from where they are now.
Well, one thing for Samir is that this will come as a relief, and they have had a bit of a turbulent time in the last few years. And so seeing the sort of results that, 100+ increase in profit after tax and all that is actually a very good thing for Samir shareholders. And then it is a good dividend payer, and so Samir investors will be looking at a dividend payment. They did see an interim dividend there, and I'm sure they'll be expecting an even better dividend at the end of the year. They've also completed their business center on Mombasa Road, which I believe is what might have cut on their financing costs. They didn't say exactly where that happened, but I believe that that is also beginning to kick into their profits, and that means it was a good bet.
Absolutely.
And, it's actually very nice.
Yeah, and I see a lot of shareholders would be smiling today, up 13% on the day. But I was just digging a little deeper into those numbers, and I looked at the sales front. You're looking at sales up 11%. And cost of sales up 13%, so sort of balancing on that front. But you're right, the money came from the finance costs, down 92%. The question then arises, sustainability going forward. Are we likely to see more of the same?
Well, we wouldn't see a very steep growth probably in their sales and also in their revenues, considering that one, the business center is a very capital-intensive project. So until that brings in, you know, some sort of profit, it might take time. It still remains very cyclic because the tire industry is under threat, of course, from the imports. But they have actually, at least they can sigh a sigh of relief for now.
Absolutely. I'm sure you'll be sighing a sigh of relief for now as well. I'm going to speak to the managing director. Is there any questions you'd like to pose to him? Just give me one. I'll take one only.
Well, for now, I would be really interested in the way forward. First, the business center, the Samia Business Center is you know, up and running. What the uptake is like out there, and what they think it will, what effect they think it will have on the revenues going forward.
Quickly, Samuel, Uchumi Supermarkets, now the state is looking at more shares in the company. Why would investors welcome the state looking again at Uchumi, particularly given the rescue and resurrection of this company?
Well, I think most important is that it shows confidence. And when the state shows confidence, it means that it increases the chances of success for their rights issue. And that is, I think, what the signal that the government is trying to send, that they are confident that the company is, has recovered fully and is on a path of growth, and that they feel that they can, you know, invest more. And I think that was the same message that they tried to send with the Kenya Airways rights issue. And so I think this will augur well for their rights issue, and this will attract more interest from the shareholders and from the investing public, which is a good thing for Uchumi. Yeah,
Samuel, so we have got how many weeks before the end of the year? Actually, I was listening to someone on radio yesterday, and they said a month to Christmas. So the year is coming to an end. Outlook for the Kenyan market for the first quarter of 2012? What do you expect? Sorry, 2013. What are you expecting?
Well, I'm expecting, I'm beginning to see the correction happening between now and the first quarter. I mean, we have elections coming, we have the festive season coming, and I believe that the market is at a high right now, so we should see quite a bit of profit taking, especially from the fund managers, and probably we could see the supply side becoming a bit heavy and have a bit of downward pressure on the stocks. But then again, we have a very positive outlook on the market for now, so I do expect it to be rather resilient. We're not going to see a major drop, but we could see a bit of stagnation going forward.